Kingsley Coman is going to be the next Bundesliga player we are going to try out. Now, straight up, I was not a fan of his Team the Group Stage item, so I'm really hoping this Team the Season card feels like a big upgrade on that. If you want to improve your Ultimate Team and need some coins to do so, you should check out my sponsor, IG Vault. There's a link to do so in the description, and if you use the code Kieran, you'll get yourself a nice little discount off your order. So this is what we are dealing with. We've got a winger with 4-star skill moves and 3-star weak foot. Is a shame about the weak foot. Also has medium low wear rates, but he does have some really nice in-game attributes. Obviously the pace is near perfect. I mean, at that point, like, you may as well just give him 99 pace, right? Like, yeah, what's the point here? Shooting actually looks very good for a winger. Good attack positioning, very nice finishing, really good shot power too. Passing looks good, nice crossing rating and short passing, and dribbling looks excellent. 95 agility, 91 balance, 94 ball control, and 95 in-game dribbling. Very, very good. Composure is a little low for a Team of the Season card though, at just 82. Physically, stamina of 81, that's not great to see at all. That's a bit of an instant negative. For a pacey winger, stamina like that, just not ideal in the slightest. Strength of 80 though is good, but the aggression of 44 might make it so he doesn't feel like he's got 80 strength. I think this is one of them cards where he does have some pretty elite stats in some areas, but he's also got some pretty mess stats in some areas. So we'll have to see how that plays out in game. What chem style are we going to be applying on Kingsley? He's a 95 rated winger with basic, 96 with Deadeye. Ultimately, I am sliding towards marksman though. I feel like that gives the best boost. Obviously, we don't really need to touch the pace. Shooting becomes excellent with marksman. Dribbling also just once again shame about that composure, and it also brings up his physicals as well. So I think the obvious chem style for this guy is marksman, like pretty much no matter where you are going to use him. Maybe if you're going to play him as a cam, you could go for something a bit more passing heavy, maybe something like an artist, but if you're going to keep him on the wing or at striker, marksman's got to be the one. And Coman is going to be battling up against an informed Tavernier and also an Icon Desai. Chan in behind, chance for Coman now, bit of space for him to wrap around that ball, and he does. He tucks it nicely into the corner of the net, leaves the goalkeeper stood still, and we open the scoring before the 10-minute mark. Great start. Tackle there from Kingsley Coman to take it away from his man. Now he's going to try and use pure pace to get past Desai, but that's a well-timed challenge. Oh, chance for Coman to escape now, just using pure pace, and Hwang's done really well to get the ball out to him as well. Is he going to come across? Eventually he is, but we're going to cut inside. I've made a bad decision there. Coman in acres of space. So much space, maybe too much space. Gets the ball across the box, and it's a great assist for Hwang to give us a 2-0 lead. Up top to Coman, who will beat his man. Options in the box now, plenty of them, and then Nkunku makes it free just like that. And after we get a third, my opponent rage quits. So a pretty good debut for Coman, getting himself a goal and 2 assists, but my opponent wasn't the best of defenders, and I think we took full advantage of that, so hopefully a sterner test will come. Game number 2, and Coman is up against a 5 at the backside, and he's got that Tavernier goal, some perfect link to get through. Chance as the ball's played in behind, Coman will get around his man. Feeling very quick so far. Gets rid of Tavernier. Can we get on the inside? Oh, just sadly Golson gets to us. Down the wing to Coman. We'll cut inside nicely. Can we get back through? Oh, the ball has bounced very kindly for Hwang, and he gets himself a goal. Oh, Coman tries to get past Varane, and almost gets fortunate with a bounce there. Nice ball in behind there for Coman, who does feel really, really quick. Early ball into the box once more. Chance. Oh, Hwang does get a foot on it, but sadly can't convert. Coman does well, comes inside. Can he find the pass now? Sadly not. Get the corner. No, we don't get the corner. It's a goal kick. 2-1 lead at the break then. It's been a pretty tight game, but we are up against a 5 at the back rat, so that's to be expected. I'm going to switch to the narrow 4-2-3-1 for the second 45, and we're going to bring on my favourite player as of late, Vasquez, and bring him into the mid. Nice 1-2. Coman and Reina link up really well there. Here's a chance. We're going to put it across the box, and Vasquez gets himself on the score sheet. Into Coman. Go for the finesse. Oh, wow. Didn't really get his foot around that one, did he? Gio Reyna in behind for Kingsley Coman. This is where we might regret not having Chan in the middle. Just kidding, because Vasquez is a beast. I love this card so much. I know we're doing a Coman review here, but seriously, if you haven't watched it already, go watch my Vasquez review, and if you haven't tried him, try him. He's just a monster. Ball in behind for Coman. That's one thing that I don't mind playing against 5 at the back for, because there's always a gap in behind for wingers as we go for a finesse there, but Sadly, no power in it. Chance as Vasquez gets into the box. Chance for Coman. Gets a goal as the game's about to end. Alright then, there is the full time whistle. Kingsley Coman got himself a goal and 2 assists, so not a bad little outing for the Frenchman at all. He did feel like one of those players that you've maybe got to do quite a bit of work around to get the most out of, but I thought he had a pretty solid outing. Coman is going to be up against Team of the Season Trippier in this one, and also Hermosa, so my opponent's got a pretty nice back line. Chance as the ball's lifted into Coman, who once again gets on the end of a cross and opens the scoring. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to come inside nicely. Oh, we've kept the ball. We've kept the ball and we're going to score off it. Great bit of play in the end. Would be defender, but we get the ball back. Coman, bit of space for him to work. Oh, what a finish. Like, don't goals look so much better when they hit the post and go in, or hit the bar and go in? That was a sensational strike, out of the keeper's reach, and gives us a nice cushion lead in this game. Once more, Leon Bailey gets through, puts it to the back stick. Kingsley Coman controls it nicely. Oh, on the left-footed strike. Sadly, doesn't hit the target. That was a tough angle to score from. On his weak foot, do not blame him in the slightest for that. Would have been a really nice goal, though. As you can see, Kingsley Coman has had a good first 45 as well. 2 goals coming from 3 shots. Hopefully we can add to that in the second half. What a pass. What a pass to Leon Bailey. If we'd have scored off that, it would have been sensational. Nice. Really good bit of link-up play there. Chance for Coman, a cross-goal strike. Oh, what a tackle that is from Team of the Season Kunde. Another decent outing from Kingsley Coman, got himself on the score sheet twice in this one. No direct assist though, unfortunately. Before we get into the summary, where are the dynamic images for these cards? They're normally on by now. Anyway, let's talk about this Coman, shall we? What did I make of him? It's one of them Team of the Season cards. Yeah, they're good, but are they great? No. They're obviously, you know, very usable, don't get me wrong, but is it like, you know, an outstanding card that you must have in your team right now? No, I just don't get that vibe from this card. Still, very usable, like I say, and does have some notable positives, but like I touched on at the start of the video, like, it's very obvious where this guy's limitations are, and you can see them pretty much just by looking at his stats, unfortunately. Some players do perform better than their stats suggest, some perform worse, but like with this card, I feel like it's one of them where what you see is kind of what you get. So let's get into things, shall we? Pace, obviously excellent. There was never going to be complaints there. In-game, he is very, very quick and certainly does have breakaway ability. And he also does make some really nice runs as well when you get him running forward. But with him having medium-low work rates, he doesn't push us forward as much as other options. So you might want to play around with some player restrictions on him in that regard. When it comes to scoring goals, like, honestly, he's pretty good. Like, I like the shot power, the shots across goal are good, and his finishing is decent. I don't think his finishing is as good as the stats suggest though. His finesse shots just can go a bit wayward now and then. They're just not as reliable as some other wing options. But part of that also does come down to his composure, which isn't great. And when under pressure, you can like literally see it in this guy's output. When he's in space, he can finish well, he can pass well, but when he's under pressure, those chances that he would have finished or passed well in space just aren't the same. They're really, really not. So yeah, shame about the composure. That's one of the minor negatives to this item. I like the passing note on this card. You'll see in the footage that he did link up well with players around him, which was great. And when I did get him involved, he felt pretty damn good. Dribbling, excellent, 0 complaints there. I like the agility a lot. I like his ball control, and just in general, in possession, he's a really, really good card to have. And it's another one of them cases where I'll say, if you're a good dribbler, you'll probably get more out of this item than I did. Now we come on to the physicals. Now, this is where things get a little bit interesting with this card. Stamina, like we've already touched on, that's a negative. 81 stamina on a pacey winger at this stage of the game, it's just not good enough, especially for champs. If you're going into extra time, you probably are going to look to sub this guy off, unfortunately. Now let's talk about that strength and aggression. I thought that aggression was going to be a bit of a problem when I first saw the stats, but to be honest, it wasn't an issue. His strength in game was very, very good for me, and part of that obviously is down to the marksman giving him plus 10, but I thought he battled a decent amount, so in that regard, I'm pretty happy with this card. So the issues with it for me are the 3-star weak foot, the stamina in a late game, and also his composure. When under pressure, the card just isn't the same. But other than that, it's a very decent item, but I just don't think he's worth the cost when you can pick up like a Neymar for like under 200k at this point, or if you're looking for a Bundesliga left mid option, there are some other decent options. I don't think there's many fantastic ones, which is why this Coman will probably hold his price a decent amount. But yeah, he's not better than like a FUT birthday Royce, for instance. So yeah, that is that. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on the 93 rated Coman. Certainly a usable card, and it's a good item, but do I think it's a great one? No, unfortunately, I do not. If you have enjoyed the video, please do leave a like rating on it. Comment below your thoughts on the item. Also, let me know which other players you want me to review. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.